What's up, everyone? Back for another beer mail, and today I'll be unboxing a surprise beer mail courtesy of a fellow beer tuber, Joe Senigaglia. Some of you might know him also as Joe from Jow's Arcade, yes, spelled J-O-W. And this is the definition of a surprise beer mail because I had absolutely no idea that Joe was going to send me any beer at any point. And it's pretty wild because yesterday this showed up in the late morning. And I was like, what the hell? And then I saw the name and I was like, all right. And then later in the day, Joe sent me a message on Instagram, and it was a very simple message. It was a emoji of a mailbox, an emoji of a winking face, and then he just said, have a great weekend. And then later on, we chatted up for a couple minutes, and he basically said he had some extra cans that he wanted to send my way because he knows that I enjoy a lot of the same styles as he does. So he fired off this box. And I was trying to figure out, I never mentioned my address to him or anything. The in-between, or what I thought was the in-between, and it turned out I was right. It was a good friend of ours and fellow beer tuber, Kyle, over at No Hype Beer Review. So about a week ago, Kyle asked me for my address because he said his computer died and he had all of his beer contacts in that computer. So he needed my address. So I gave it to him, and a week later, this shows up. You sneaky son of a gun, Kyle. But yeah, Kyle and I chatted actually earlier today, and he was like, yeah, it was me. So anyway, but he did say his computer died, so he didn't lie about that. He just lied about the reason he needed the address. But anyway, like I said, I have no idea what's in this box. I'd imagine, honestly, it's probably a lot of West Coast beer is what Joe drinks. A lot of probably West Coast IPAs and clear beer, because that's what Joe enjoys. And I have been watching Joe for a very long time, back to the mid to like late 2010, so a good 7-8 years ago. And he has, his palate's changed over time. He used to drink all the hazies, all the hype beers. Now he's drinking a lot of the clear beers and like lagers and whatnot. And what's funny is one of his latest reviews was Pliny the Elder from Russian River, and he made a short out of it. But Joe is usually just a calm, chill dude. He's a California chill dude, right? And in that review, he said he'll fight anybody that says Pliny is not as good as it used to be because you're full of shit. And I agree with him, because I've had Pliny a couple times over the last couple of years. It's still delicious beer. But anyway, I'm not fighting anyone. Hopefully he's not fighting anyone. I hope everybody loves one another. But anyway, we're going to open this one up. I did cut it. I'll turn this around so you can see there's an arrow pointing up. I'd imagine Joe did that to let me know that this is the top of it, right? So I cut around the sides and over here so I can hopefully not struggle on camera, but we're going to see here because I didn't go and look into this box or do anything other than cut it, so I might still struggle. Let's give it a go. I think, okay. So I have a thing you pull out here. You did? Okay, yeah. See? Could have looked a lot worse than it was. Oh, there's a note. And there are 3 4-packs. All right, so we'll put the note over here. Take the 4-packs out. One of those beers Joe just reviewed. Wow, this is cool. So basically a half case of beer. And I love the packaging of this box. I'm definitely reusing it, especially if I send out 3 4-packs of cans. So we have a note here that's in marker, which is interesting. And that's cool. He gave me a sticker. If I ever put the stickers behind me underneath the pretentious wall of bottles and cans like I've been talking about doing for like 5 years, I'll have one from Jow's, as I said, J-O-W''S, Jow's Arcade. So awesome. Thank you, Joe. And thank you in general for this entire beer mail, Joe. Like, this is insane to me that like you just like, contact Kyle and just throw you off a beer mail and you send me a half case beer. It's insane. But like I said, good dude. Anyway, says Joe, if these beers suck, you didn't get them from me. We're documenting it. So I totally did get it from you. Do not call me a liar, but even if they suck, it's going to be still fun to try. Says, don't worry about sending anything back. Happy to share. Cheers from San Diego, Joe. So that's pretty cool. Pretty much what he, similar to what he told me on Instagram. But like I said, I'm going to try to send him something later this year. I owe a couple other folks some beer mail still, so he'll be put in the queue, but he gets a lot of cool shit. Like, I can't really get him anything from my area that like is probably gonna blow him away. That's why I'm gonna send him a bunch of Jenny. He's doing all the blind battle beers of macros and stuff. Send him some Jenny, work them into the blind battle beers, and see what goes on. Anyway, I'm gonna go over here because one of these beers I realized that he reviewed recently. So this is from, I'm pretty sure this is Green Chic. Yeah, Green Chic and Other Half collaboration. This is their Pizza Cake, a West Coast double dry hopped IPA. Comes in at 7% alcohol by volume. It was, it says a piece of cake on the bottom, and it was canned on February 1st, so still pretty damn fresh. And I remember him, when he did the review of this, he was talking about how this had like the old school tablecloth you would find in a pizza parlor. Does anyone say pizza parlor anymore? Or did I just show my age? I think I probably just showed my age, but yeah. And he sent me 2 cans of it, so I'm gonna definitely share the other one with somebody else. I'll look up all these beers before I review it, as I do, but you can never have too much Green Cheek in your life, especially when it's a collab with one of my favorite breweries. I've reviewed like over 100 beers from other half on the channel, so yeah, we're gonna have fun. Next, we have another Green Cheek beer. Oh, this is cool. This is called Pet the Tiger, a California IPA. Don't still know what that means, other than probably it just means it's a West Coast IPA. This one comes in at 7.2% alcohol by volume, and this was canned on February 8th. It says hands on. Really like this label. Definitely don't pet the tiger, though. That seems ill-advised as a whole. So yeah, cool. 2 Green Cheek beers. One's a collab, and this is pretty cool. So yeah, I can't wait to get into both of those. What else we got over here? Okay. Don't pet. Okay. Can I not? I gotta. Okay. So I don't know what the difference is. Okay. I just found out the difference. So this is Don't Pet the Tiger from Green Cheek, a California triple IPA. So triple IPA version of this, 10.3%. No canned on date. No canned on date. What are we, Hop Butcher? What is that? That's crazy. That's one has a canned on date and the other does not. What happened there? I don't know. I guess I'll have to look up when they release. I'd imagine they released this one, like, relatively the same time. So again, very similar to the other, just with different color scheme. And obviously it's called Don't Pet the Tiger. And the cool thing about this is I'm gonna have to do a side-by-side. Ill-advised for me to do side-by-sides of 2 beers that have a combined ABV of like 17.5%. Here's the thing. Sometimes I do stupid shit. This is gonna be one of those times. All right, we'll finish out this 4-pack, because I didn't even see that, but now I see it. We'll save that for a second. This is Endo Auto. Nice. So self-explanatory on what's on the label here, for sure. Berryessa Brewing Company. Oh no, wait, what? Is this a collab? Yeah, Berryessa and Shred Beer Company. This is a West Coast IPA. Endo Auto. I've heard of Berryessa, right? Anyway, Mosaic, Nectaron, Cascade, Columbus Cryo, and Equinox Cryo, 6.6%. Rolling down the street, smoking Endo. All right, I don't want to get copyright claimed, so. But yeah, so that's a cool-ass collaboration. I've never had anything from Shred, so that's pretty cool. Now, the next beer I have had from Highland Park, and this is Timbo Pils. I don't think this is the double dry hop version. He just reviewed that, but this is a West Coast Pilsner with Mosaic and Citra hops. Oh, I didn't even tell you what the canned on date here is. 1/18/24, all the dank. I'll see what they did there. And Timbo Pils, this is 2/6/24. He also said I don't have to review. He's like, you can review whatever you want. You can just drink whatever you want, whatever. I won't review this because I've already reviewed it, unless he's like, that is the double dry hop version. They just didn't say it because I've reviewed it and it's a delicious beer. But no need to re-review it because I reviewed it last year. But this is a fantastic beer. So awesome. I can't. And the can's all dented and shit. Who could probably be one of the first beers I drink. So now over here, I'm noticing there's a lot of Shred beers. So I guess I'm going to be properly introduced to Shred. Let's see, we're going to move this over here like this, maybe even more so like this to make room here. We got 4 beers over there, so we're going to have what? Looks like 9 different beers. Okay, do something like this. Nobody cares, but we're going to have to get the thumbnail at some point. Anyway, we're gonna take these all off, and then we're going to go over them because I think they're all from Shred. All right, so we'll just do this one. This is Hop Suey. Enjoy, Shred Beer Company. This is a West Coast double IPA, 8.5% hops, Mosaic Cryo, Strata, Mosaic, and Nelson. And this one was canned on 2/8/1. It says dine in or take out. That is a fantastic label. It's an absolutely fantastic label. Cool. So a proper Shred beer here, and then 3 more it looks like. So this also from Shred is their Mad Skills with a Z Pils. So this is German style Pilsner, 5.2%. Canned on 2/8. It says mic drop on the bottom. That's a cool label as well. So cool to be able to try, more or less a West Coast double IPA and then go to a 5.2% German style pills. Next, we have their Mosaic Street Hazy. So they have a hazy IPA. This is 100% Mosaic, 7% sweet. And then this one was on 118. It says Mosaic and shit on the bottom. That's what I'm talking about. Look at those oranges. Don't get a lot of Mosaic from orange, or oranges from Mosaic, I should say. But we'll see. Nice. Throw this over here. Next, last but certainly not least, we have their Thumper. And this is a West Coast 3 times IPA. So it's a triple IPA. Yep. Hops, Mosaic, Simcoe, Rawaka Cryo, 10.3%. Candon, 2.8. Hammer Time. All right, no, not getting copyright struck here. No strikes on my channel for copyright claims. All right, I don't sing and I don't sing well. I like all these labels, but the beers sound cool. So you got, basically a West Coast double IPA, a West Coast triple IPA, a German Pils, and then a hazy IPA, and then they have a West Coast IPA as well, which is a collab with Berryessa. So as you can see, we have 9 unique beers here, 12 in total, and thank you, Joe. I just so damn cool to be able to try some West Coast goodness. I always appreciate it. From the Sierra Hotels to the Buds, to the Jessies of the world, to Billy, everyone who has hooked me up from California with some cool ass beers that I wouldn't have a chance to try otherwise. The fact you just had these as extra and you thought about sending them to me is fucking cool as all hell. Like I said, I'll hit you back. I know you're like, don't worry about it, but we'll figure something cool out for your channel. I know you just basically do whatever you want on your channel, like most beer tubers do, and I know you've been really into the blind battle beers and macro beers, and you're more to the West Coast. Maybe I'll send you some East Coast, West Coast beers, so you can shit on them and say like, they're better in San Diego, they're better in California, which to be fair, most of the time they are. But anyway, yeah, be on the lookout for reviews of most of these beers, if not all of them, over the next month and a half. I know Joe is always team old IPA, right? Well, a couple of these are, January 18th, and it's already, as I'm shooting this, like 5 weeks later. I might not get to those to like the 2-month-old mark, maybe like 2.5 months old. What do? We drain pour? Is that what we do? Because you can't drink a West Coast double IPA at 2.5 months old. No, we're going to review it, and we're going to tell you exactly how it tastes, because people get crazy. Keep them cold. We're good. Anyway, huge thanks to Joe for this beer, for all these beers, for this beer mail in general. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer mail unboxing. As always, it's way too long, but hopefully you enjoyed the beer mail unboxing. Like I said, that fucking box is so cool. I'm reusing that. I might even reuse that just to send it back to Joe so he can have it back in his hands, because that's too cool. I got to find more. But Joe, where'd you find that box? It said UPS on it, so maybe from UPS, but that is a box that I need, and I need to buy more of them. Anyway, to the next one. Cheers.